Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we are back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. Now, today I wanted to talk about what I've learned like being a free to play on Nikke. Like now that I've kind of been a free to play on Nikke for over a month now, just like having to go through the whole process of not spending money, not relying on spending money, and also managing your resources, because I feel like the difference between whales or spenders and free-to-plays are that free-to-play players actually have to manage their resource to have a proper and successful progress, like progressing through Nikke, like to be smoothly progressing through Nikke, where anybody who's spending can do whatever the hell they want and just spend money to fix any mistakes they've made, right? And of course I'm comparing myself to 2023 2024 Zxous, because I haven't been spending a lot of money on Nikke 2025, right? I think after all these anniversaries and the way I get shafted on them so badly, I'm just at a point where it's like I don't care to spend on Nikke anymore. And it's not a problem at all, because Nikke is a game where I realistically only will spend if it's like a character I know I need to get, so a limited or a pilgrim, because they're kind of harder to get. Any regular character you can get any time of the week, and I always do, right? I always get them later on. And that's that, right? Eventually I just need them for showcases. But anyways, let's talk about what I've learned as a free to play. So as a free to play, like I said, you really need to manage your resources, right? I think I think I have an advantage in Nikke just because I've played the game before, but like this time around when I was doing my free-to-play journey, and I am still obviously doing my free-to-play journey and all that stuff, but this time around when I was doing my free-to-play journey, I've really just focused on building my main team, right? I am at the 160 wall now. I have all my characters level 160. The only thing is I'm still obviously one character behind, so which is Alice, right? I think 7 more multis on the standard banner, and then I can get Alice, right? And then I'll be past the 160 wall. But like managing your resources is the biggest thing for me, right? If you guys take a look at my characters, I got everybody 555 at first, right? I 555 every character that I use on my team first, right? But what I'm doing is I'm slowly going one by one, getting them 10 right? And that's where I say I'm managing my resources, because before I would probably 555 almost any and every new best character that I got, right? Like there's like a lot of good characters in this game, right? And the moment I pull them, I would 555 them and just spread my resources like that, right? And even on my my paid account, my main account where I spent money on, there was a period where I literally never leveled up any character past 555 just because I always use my resources on a different character. 555 this, 555 that, 555 this, and then it was for like there was a very long period, I would say like maybe 6-7 months, a long period where because I never upgraded their levels past 555, they weren't getting stronger until I decided, okay, let me just get the characters I actually use at 10. Then I started getting a lot more power and I got a lot more stronger in the game. So this time around, obviously, I'm only prioritizing the characters that I use and I know I'm going to use, right? And again, because I have the knowledge from my main account, it's kind of different than the average free-to-play player who has no idea what's going on. But for me, I know exactly what characters are meta and I know what characters are going to have longevity. Red Hood is the example. That's why if you look at my Red Hood, she's 10, right? My next one is Scarlet. She's 555 because I still haven't built her yet, right? Naga, she's probably going to stay 555 because I know I'm going to replace her, right? I'm using Naga right now because she is going to be meta. Like she has longevity, she can work on multiple teams and stuff like that, but she's going to be 555 for a while because she's not going to be the final character on my main team, right? Favorite item helm is if you take a look at my crown, she is the next character that I am getting to 10. I am not going to be leveling up any other character until crown is 10 with their skills, right? And my Little Mermaid was the last character I just got to 10. So I went from Red Hood 10, Little Mermaid 10. Crown is going to be the next character I get 10, and then probably Scarlet. And then from there we will see what I do, if I want to level up Naga or if I want to start in Helm or even Cinderella now that I have Cinderella. But managing resources is really what it is. Now if you look at my inventory, you might be like, oh, but Zxous, like where's your cases and stuff like that? I have my cases here and stuff. I gotta start hoarding my cases and stuff because I am stuck at the 160 wall. I think hoarding your cases is like realistically what you're gonna have to do when you're stuck at the 160 wall, just because obviously like you can't do anything else with them, so you're just really trying to hoard your cases and keep them and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say especially if you are a new player and you are stuck at the 160 wall, whatever you're doing, you're still like, just because you're stuck at the 160 wall doesn't mean that you're grinding your progression. Like your ability to continue growing your power on your account is like, it's stopped now because you're level 160. No, you can still get more power by working on the characters on your team, right? Just figure out what characters you are going to use for the long run. Like the meta characters realistically are because this is not, I'm sorry, this is not a waifu over meta game. Like you can fully invest into Crow, like you have your Crow be the absolute best character on your account and she will still do the least damage on your account. Like this is not a waifu over meta game. It's just not. It's a meta over waifu game. So meta characters are always where it's at. Like it's just always where it's at. And that's what I am aiming for. Another thing about free-to-play players is the saving. This is something that's completely new for me. The ability to like look at my currency and see that I have gems and not summon. Right, that's one thing in any game. I've never really played a game as a free to play. Like genuinely, I've never played a gacha game and was a quote unquote free to play on a gacha game. Never. This was probably the first time I was ever a free to play on any game. Right, respectfully, on any game. I was probably free to play only on this game. Maybe Bleach Brave Souls, and that's just, no, I did spend on Bleach Brave Souls though. I did. Not too much, but I did. I think it's very difficult for me to have to like go through banners and see that I have currency and I'm able to summon and I'm not summoning, right? With my main account, anytime I have a multi, I'm using that multi, right? And I think it's just because I know if I really needed that multi back, I can just use my real life money and get it back. But for my free to play account, like I have 17,000 gems, right? And I am at the 160 wall, right? In my mind, I want to just use all my 17,000 gems to try to get to 200 of these pity things so I can get 2 copies of Alice and then pass the 160 wall. Or even in my mind, I want to use all my gems on this road to thing, right? Just use the 4,000 on this, get all these rewards so I can just quickly progress faster, right? This is how my mind is progressing. But it's like, I have to remember that even if I use my gems to do all these things, then it's like, basically using my gems is just a faster way to like go about things, right? If I use my gems to get all this stuff, I can get all these rewards for free. I can get those 7 multis I need from Alice for free, right? Using gems just means I'm going a bit faster in progression, and I don't really want to use my gems on, you know, just faster progression when I know there are characters and like characters coming into the game that I would want to snipe. Like, am I going to use my gems on collab characters? We will see. Like, if even them are good, then yeah, because I don't need to have Eve on a free to play account and I don't need to have Eve on my main account. If I have Eve on my main account, I'm not going to care to have them on my free to play account. You know what I mean? My gems on my free to play account are only going to go to the characters that are meta, and that's what I feel like free to play characters or free to play players, that's the main thing their brain is probably running on. Like, free to play players have to really save their gems and use their gems on nothing but meta, and I really do stand by that, because it's like, I could summon for freaking Ein or K and Summer Anise or freaking Arcana, right? And then I can use them with the characters they need, because I have those characters built, right? I can use any character that needs to be put with these characters. I can build a team around them and use it and be fine in the game because I have those characters built already, even if they're good and bad characters. Not every character in the game, just because not everybody is meta doesn't mean they're not all useful. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say Senti is meta anymore, but she's very useful. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say Rupee is meta, but Rupee is very useful at the same time. Every character is going to have a use at the end of the day. Bae, exactly, is another example. She's not meta, but she has a use, and that use is defending. You know what I mean? So it's like, when it comes to all these characters, I can just summon for them, build a team, and go about my day. On a free-to-play account, I'm really just trying to build up my meta characters. The multiple teams I'm trying to build have to be meta teams so I can get farther and farther and farther and farther, because all I have access to are going to be those meta teams. If I'm only ever summoning on banners with meta characters, then I'm most likely only going to have meta characters on my account. Yeah, I can get shafted. Yeah, I can get bad characters on my accounts. I can get bad characters through my summons, right? I could definitely do that, but at the same time, me summoning on a meta banner, like a meta banner with a meta character, I am more likely to get that meta character through pitying or just through summoning, and having that meta character on my account and having that character being built than if I was to pull a shitter character on a meta banner, because they wouldn't be built. You know what I mean? If I pulled Crow, I'm not building Crow. But if I pulled freaking Rappy right now, the Red Hood Rappy, she's being built. You know what I mean? So I think free-to-plays, like, experiencing it as a free-to-play, they really have to hold back, especially when looking at their gems. Maybe it's not like that for everybody, but I know for me, I have to hold back because I want to just try to catch up to everybody else who I know is like a way ahead of me, and I just want to catch up to them so badly. So I'm like thinking about using my gems here, thinking about using my gems there. It's a bit crazy, but other than that, I really don't think it's that difficult with Nikke for me, just because I know what I'm doing. But like I said, the average player who has no idea what's going on with Nikke might not know all these things. So this is why watching tier list videos and trying to get like full like breakdown guides on a character for you to understand how good or bad they are is very helpful. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think, right? If you have ever had a free-to-play experience or anything like that, let me know what your thoughts are as a free-to-play, right? I think it might be different for everybody, but this is my free-to-play experience, how it's been so far, and how I feel as a free-to-play player. But yeah, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Later. Peace.